The global market for women's wellness is expanding rapidly. Modern consumers are increasingly seeking plant-based solutions to manage hormonal balance and postnatal recovery. India has a long-standing answer to this demand, the Shatavari root. Within Ayurveda, this plant is a rasayana, a tonic used to promote natural vitality. Traditionally, Shatavari served as the primary support for mother and child care, specifically prescribed to assist with lactation and postnatal strength. This ancient supply chain now faces a modern problem. While global demand is surging, the localized traditional methods of gathering the herb cannot provide the volume required for international distribution. Sustaining a global wellness economy requires moving beyond these fragmented practices toward a structured industrial scale. The challenge is biological. The entire medicinal and commercial value of Shatavari is concentrated in its tuberous roots. To meet rising orders, foragers often rely on wild harvesting, a destructive process where the entire plant is pulled from the earth. This practice is currently decimating wild populations across the forest floor. This method also creates an economic trap. Foragers selling raw, damp, ungraded roots from the wild capture only a fraction of the market price, leaving the actual producers in poverty. Protecting the species and the people who harvest it requires a shift. Shatavari must be transitioned from a wild foraged herb into a managed commercial crop. The agricultural solution involves cluster farming in well-drained, sandy loam soils. This allows for a controlled, predictable yield that the forest cannot provide. Domestication serves as a conservation tool. By establishing dedicated farms, the market pressure is removed from wild ecosystems, allowing forest populations to regenerate. Organized cultivation is also the prerequisite for industrial stability. It allows farmers to enter buyback arrangements, securing their income before the harvest even begins. When a wild species enters global trade, purposeful cultivation is often the only way to ensure its survival. In the Shatavari trade, the real profit is generated through value addition. While the price of raw roots remains low, the margin for processed material climbs as it moves toward the final consumer. This starts with primary processing. When rural women and farmer-producer organizations clean, dry, and grate the roots, they remove the risk of fungal contamination and immediately increase the crop's value. The next economic shift occurs when these grated roots are converted into refined powders and standardized extracts, making the product viable for high-end wellness brands. Controlling the physical transformation of the herb ensures that agricultural wealth stays within the community that grew it. However, entering the global nutraceutical market requires more than traditional reputation. Every shipment must meet rigorous international safety standards. For export, roots must clear strict testing for pesticide residues, heavy metals, and microbial contamination. The final requirement is the analysis of active markers. This proves the precise concentration of medicinal compounds, the specific data point that premium international buyers use to verify efficacy. Rigorous, traceable chemical data has become the primary currency of the global herbal economy. Historically, Shatavari was sold in bulk sacks as raw roots or unrefined powders. This format is out of step with the modern lifestyle. To reach today's consumer, the herb is being adapted into convenient form factors, like herbal gummies, protein blends, and daily latte mixes. These innovations allow traditional knowledge to fit seamlessly into the daily routines of a global audience. This value chain is defined by a unique demographic alignment. A plant used for women's health is being produced and processed by women-led agricultural groups. This creates a self-sustaining cycle where the economic benefits of the wellness trade support the rural entrepreneurs at the source. The success of this model provides a template for India's wider medicinal plant sector, which is currently scaling to meet international demand. Bringing ancient botanical solutions to the world depends on building these community-driven supply chains that can handle the pressures of a global market.